make those chords just as sharp and short as you possibly can when we get to the fifth of 94. It should crackle with sharpness and precision.
Today, we find ourselves celebrating a significant milestone in the history of American music, the 125th anniversary of the birth of Aaron Copland.
I was born in Brooklyn on November 14th, 1900. I was the youngest of 5 children, and we lived above a large department store on the corner of Washington Avenue and Dean Street. My earliest musical memories are concerned, I suppose, with my hanging around my older sister while she was practicing her scales. And she would, after a while, look at me down there and say, "Aaron, why are you hanging around here? Why don't you go outside and play with the other kids?" I didn't know what was fascinating me. I couldn't have explained it, but something about the sound of music just drew my attention in such a way that I wasn't willing to give up.
He was the child of Lithuanian Jewish immigrants. Growing up far from the prairies and rugged mountains his music would later evoke. His early life was steeped in the city, a landscape of brick and pavement, yet his imagination reached for something vast and uniquely American. He felt compelled to craft a sound that spoke not of European traditions, but of his own homeland. This is the journey of how a boy from Brooklyn rose to become the defining voice of American classical music. Copland's first lessons came at home from his sister, but his ambition quickly outgrew the family apartment. He was serious and determined, convinced music could be more than an echo of the past. He sought teachers who opened doors to a more daring musical language. To find the source of modernism, he crossed the Atlantic. In Paris, he absorbed new ideas in art, literature, and music. In 1921, he studied with Nadia Boulanger, who urged him to discover the American essence within his craft. He left not an imitator, but a craftsman ready to build something new. His goal: music that was recognizably, unapologetically American. Early works were spiky and complex, but the Great Depression prompted a profound shift. He simplified his style, and imposed simplicity, to write music for the people, direct, clear, and emotionally resonant, beyond elite halls. He anchored this new direction in the American landscape and folklore, developing a wide-open sound, spare textures, broad harmonies, evoking the quiet majesty of the Appalachians, with folk-like melodies that felt sung for generations, an oral counterpart to Grant Wood and Walker Evans, personal yet universally American. It spoke of resilience, community, and the common person, resonating during national crisis. In 1938, Billy the Kid brought the mythic West to the concert stage, with cowboy tunes and propulsive rhythms, vivid cinematic scenes of gunfights and lone prairies. A breakthrough, sophisticated and wildly entertaining. He followed with Rodeo and its joyful hoedown, proving his genius for connecting with the public, even amid private doubts about simplicity and integrity. As America entered World War II, Copland's music became a voice of identity and resolve. In 1942, at Eugene Goossens's request, he wrote Fanfare for the Common Man, a short, majestic work for brass and percussion, honoring not generals, but the ordinary citizen, farmer, factory worker, and soldier. Its slow, ascending lines declare dignity, strength, and quiet heroism. In 1944 came Appalachian Spring, for Martha Graham, the story of a young pioneer couple on the frontier. This luminous and transparent, it paints the promise of a new dawn. Its power was instantly recognized, earning the Pulitzer in 1945 and cementing his status. Beyond ballet, he reshaped Hollywood's sound world, scoring films like Of Mice and Men and The Heiress, winning an Academy Award. He used music as storytelling, revealing inner thoughts with a few well-placed notes. His work reached millions across the country and around the world, not just a composer, a cultural communicator. After the war, Copland's music wove into daily American life, beyond concert halls to commercials, news programs, and national ceremonies. School ensembles learned his tunes. His style became foundational in music education. He didn't just write music, he helped create a shared national soundscape. Why does it endure at 125? Authenticity and a national duality, rugged individualism and the need for community, the vast, lonely landscape and the warmth of home. Wide-open harmonies evoke endless skies. Simple, lyrical melodies speak to intimate human experience, grand yet humble, heroic yet gentle. It sounds like hope, hard work, and the quiet dignity of a life well lived. A passionate advocate, he wrote books, gave lectures, conducted youth orchestras, demystifying music and inviting everyone in. His scores offer clarity over complexity, emotion over abstraction, a language anyone can understand. To honor him, listen again. Hear the promise of a new morning in Appalachian spring, the proud declaration of fanfare for the common man, and the unbridled joy of the hoedown.
I think a man wants to become a creative artist because he feels that in using his life toward that end, he's going to get down in some tangible form which will last the basic essence of himself, the most important feelings he has, the most important thoughts. It's a way of really lasting. I think that has something to do with it. That life being so temporary and all, it feels marvelous to get something down on paper that makes you feel that you will live after your own time.